Welcome everybody. Y'all ready for this? The Hustle. My name is Steve Armopoulos, and these are my co-hosts.
I'm Talia.
And I'm Tek Luciano. You may have heard me on radio, you may have never heard of me at all, but that's okay.
Cause y'all gon' learn today. Your whole life was a struggle, had to make it out the jungle. This is a show for you. Welcome to the hustle. Under pressure, never break a fold. Keep chasing your goals until you blow. Now, welcome to the hustle.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Hustle Podcast. And today we have a special guest on the pod that I think Tek has to announce because it's
Tek's going to listen. Let me tell you guys something. All right, this episode for real is it's super special to me. Our guest on the episode today is none other than NickE B. Now, for those of you who don't know who NickE B is, me and this guy go back, I don't know, man, like 25 years probably since we was kids.
Yeah,
right.
We'll talk about that too.
And we gonna talk about it. And this guy is now. Let me preface it with this, right? Because you guys know this about me. I don't throw compliments out to rappers very sparingly, right? I'm not a very complimentary person when it comes to other artists and stuff like that. I'm what you would call stush, right? When it comes to these rappers, right?
Very.
Now, NickE B, without question, is top 2 rappers I've ever worked with in my life. And we're talking about over 20 years rap. Now, we're probably closer to almost like 25 years rapping now.
About 25.
And for me, it's between you and Tory Lanez's older brother, who I call Hove. Y'all are the 2 dopest rappers I ever worked with in my life, period. So we got NickE B on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, man.
This is a long time
cue
coming.
the horns. Yeah, you already knew what it was. Yeah.
And just to put it out there, I heard your music back then. I heard a few NickE B tracks.
Oh, word.
And I always said, I don't know if it was just like the cadence, bro. I felt like there was a little bit of Mason there. You know what I mean? I'm like, the guy had that smooth flow.
I never
and
heard that
everything.
before.
No, you heard it today, bro.
Damn, I'll take it. It's,
Even now, even right now in
people.
person, bro. I'm feeling like, yo, Mason.
He's got
It's
that
just a
New
vibe.
York shit just coursing through his veins. He can't help himself, man.
Oh, man, I'm from everywhere, man.
from
But
everywhere.
of course, we'll start out with the Bronx, though.
You know,
but-
shout out to Crooks and Castles. He looked super fly today.
Definitely
Yeah,
shout out
man.
to Crooks and Castles.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Looking
shout
nice.
out to Crooks and Castles.
You know what I mean? So let's get right into this shit, bro. I met
with
you
it.
like I don't even want to age ourselves like this, but I met you like we was like what 14?
I can age us, yeah.
We was like 14.
I was like 13, yeah.
Yeah, we was young.
It was random. And what park that was at?
Billings
in
Park.
Billings
bro.
Park.
Shot Town. Shout out to the Shot Town
My
man.
first time in
Canada, bro.
yo.
That
Yeah.
shit- I was wearing Carl Kanai. That's how crazy this shit. You don't even know what Carl Kanai is.
They bringing it back.
They are bringing it back.
I seen it.
They are bringing it back, yeah, man.
Yeah.
And immediately off the rip, our mutual friend LB, shout out to LB, bro.
Shout out to B,
Shout out LB, bro.
He's a big part of this
He was
story.
like, "Yo, my man's a rapper." I was like, "Word," because I get busy, bro. since LB moved to Florida, I've been getting busy out here in these streets, rapping on some rapping shit. And yo, me and you just ended up freestyling for like all night long, bro. Just walking around Chi-Town, just freestyling for like 16 hours, it feels like.
we freestyled. So now you gotta say like the area was. We were freestyling from Yoshane's house
Yeah, shout out
all the
to
way
Yash.
to your house.
Yeah, which is like a 40-minute walk, bro.
Straight freestyling, random, throwing out words. That was a crazy night. We was
young.
nice though.
We was
It
dead
wasn't no
nice.
wax freestyle.
I feel like I was nicer back then than I am now, bro.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nah, I'm fucking with you. Nah, man, you elevate as an artist as you get older and you do different things. So I can't say that. But
Well, thank you, sir. I don't feel that way about myself, but I do appreciate the compliment.
Man,
You know,
listen, you know you nice. Don't do this.
you're
Like,
right. I
you
am
know,
nice. He right about that. I'm nicer than most of y'all. That's
Him
a fact.
talking about LB moving to Florida. What was that? Lean back freestyle. Remember when you did that?
I do remember
the
that.
most ferocious flows. Hey, he was going crazy,
Shit was-
right?
I was not. You remember? I was
Listen,
nasty.
he was going crazy, so I had to come back on it with Gus, and that's kind of. I think that was our first like kinda
track.
kinda track, you know.
yeah.
But when I came to Montreal that time, that was like it was love. So I love Montreal. Actually, shout out to Montreal. You know what I mean?
We here.
It's one of my favorite places. I ain't gonna lie.
That's crazy, man. Let's talk about how NickE B became NickE B, because like you said, man, you're kind of from all over the place. So let's start from there. BX, Bronx is where it started.
Bronx is where it started. Trying to give like a real definite answer. Bronx is where I'm born. Bronx is where where everybody that I grew up with. That's where everybody from. But I moved to Chicago, moved back to the Bronx. Then we moved to Wisconsin. So
it was cold
we
out
get
there.
into that shit. It was a little brick. Yeah,
like
it was a little chilly.
cold.
But I mean, you know, it's like New York. Like, you know, everything. And like Canada, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's chilly as hell over here too.
To be fair.
Yeah, but the Bronx influence before we get to where we're at in Wisconsin was like Rough Riders, Jada Kiss, you know, everybody that was like from Yonkers and just everybody was on the bikes and you know what I mean? The dirt bikes and the four wheels at the time was crazy. My cousin used to go nuts on them. Pause. Like we go from there, had that influence. I had to on that one. It was too crazy.
That was our first pause on the Hustle Podcast, I think.
Oh, was it?
Oh, yeah.
I had to. That came out kind of crazy, did I?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Listen, man.
NickE B
I
doing
don't know y'all about to say so wild. I was like, listen.
NickE B doing big things out here.
Listen, I tried to. But yeah, so we did, you know, that was like a big influence during the time when I was in New York. But then when we moved to Wisconsin, I wasn't even thinking about doing any music at the time. But there was this teacher, random fact about me. She elevated my senses when it came to doing poetry and being an entertainer. And she just put us in front of like a camera. Pretty much, you know, she recorded us, made us like newscasters, made us write books, made us write poetry in the books.
It wasn't on no creepy shit, right?
Nah, it wasn't on no Mr. Rogers shit or something.
Trying to give opportunities here, bro. Trying to shape you for the future.
All right.
Right. Nah, no, she really did. I'll never forget it, man. Miss Stanford, she and it was just good because I never got exposed to anything like that at the time. Even in Wisconsin, they had us playing violins and shit. It was just different. So like I said, she published our books.
Oh, wow.
My mom, I think she probably still got my first book, like colored and everything. I was nice.
Still eating off
Miss
y'all to
Stanford
this
still
day,
getting you know,
Where the
credits on
royalties
that
at,
shit. Listen, I don't want to get. It did some numbers. I ain't trying to. But like that's really where it started at first, because you know you start doing things, you see you doing poetry, and you're like, oh, it's kind of nice. And then we went to Wisconsin, and my stepfather at the time. And I'm like, yo, I could rap. You know, it's like late night. I don't know. It's probably like 10 o'clock. I'm supposed to be asleep. I come out with some random shit. And he like, yeah. Nah, you good. You good. I was like, yeah. I'm good. I got it. I'm being next rapper. You know what I'm saying? I go to sleep.
The dream.
Mad years later, he was like, listen, that one night when you came out here with that rap, it was trash. He said it was garbage. And I was just like, damn, I'm glad you ain't tell me during that time, because you would have stopped my flow. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
But when we, after that, I met another good friend who I'm actually, like a brother of mine, like LB, like you, like all, you know, all my close brothers. We was mad young, and he was just like, yo, we should start a rap group. Like a rap group. He's like, yeah, we gonna be the Lyrical Riders.
Shit, I remember.
You remember Lyrical Riders? Yeah, so I was JL, so I was Just Lyrics. He was D's Lyrics. Wow. It was a whole bunch of different things.
You just unlocked a core memory, bro.
Yeah, man, it was a JL, Just Lyrics. So like, he was writing the music and shit. I was like, nah, I'm gonna write my own shit. I'm from New York, you know what I'm saying? I can do whatever I want to do, you know what I mean? And it just kind of happened like that. He started writing his stuff for everybody, and that's kind of how we did. We did like little shows in the area at the time. Did like little radio shit, like just random on some little kid shit at the time. But we weren't like little kids, like Lil Bow Wow. We was on some like,
rugged
listen, gonna let me catch you with the, you know what I mean? Hit you with the DE. When I said light you, I just heard some random ass shit. Some light your ass up like LA Gears or some random ass line. I'm talking about, what the fuck I'm talking about? Like I'm a kid, you know what I mean? Like I'm 12, whatever the case is. But that's really where it started. And from there, I just kind of just continued to try to elevate, going back and forth with Dwayne, which is these lyrics, and just freestyling. We battling and shit like that. And then we come to Montreal with you, and we freestyling throughout the whole fucking city. But that was like you said, 12. It started real young, but I knew at that time when I was getting kind of nice. At least I felt
you were nice when I met you, bro.
Yeah, that was 12, 13.
You were probably the first person who I freestyled with or I rapped with at that time where I was like, oh, this is competition. Like, this is actually like, you were the first person I was like, oh shit, okay, I actually have to like try with this guy. Like I can't just rely on God-given ability. Like I gotta actually put some oomph into this shit with this motherfucker here. Right. But you know what? Being like having to go through that, it elevated my game as well. Because you need that. And you know what? I think a lot of artists today, they don't necessarily understand the fact, kind of like what you do with Ali, right? Like y'all do all of this music together, and the fact that y'all are both so talented, right? yes, you bounce off of each other and you end up making good music, but there's always that element of friendly competition. Whether it's spoken or unspoken, it exists and it elevates you as an artist. And I think that's so crucial. Like, just for anybody writing music, bro, you have to have that little extra kick in the ass. Because for me, for most artists, I think we're lazy by nature. People who are artistic, for the most part, are lazy. That's just what it is, right? There's something about artists that we just kind of, So I'll rest on my laurels like a motherfucker. Because at the end of the day, I know I'm nice. I know that whoever I'm collabing with, they're gonna work mad hard on their verse, and I'm gonna wait until 20 minutes before I gotta leave to go to the studio and be like, shit, I gotta put something together in this motherfucker. And I'm still gonna go to the studio and kill these motherfuckers. But with you, it was a little different, you know what I mean? Like, it was, you made me realize, like, oh,
man, listen,
shit.
pen sharpen pens, man. That's that's how we look at it. That's how I always looked at it, when it comes to writing, because we come from an era where it's like you gotta be nice at rapping. Yeah, I mean, not that the rappers now aren't.
It's a little
good.
Different.
It's just a tad different.
Now it's all garbage.
It's definitely
garbage. Music is not like it used to be. Like, it's sad.
But I feel like, and let's pause the story for right now and kind of focus on this a little bit. Why do you think that is? Because for me, I kind of feel like now, maybe a lot of the reason for that is because the intention behind it isn't the same. Like, for me and you, we really loved the music. Like, this was like for me back in those days, specifically when we ain't had no other responsibilities to think about in life. That's all I cared about was rapping. That was it for me. Like, that's all I did. That's all I cared about, right? And obviously, when you put that much energy into something and you have that much love and passion for something, eventually there's something like you're going to curate some sort of skill and some sort of, and I feel like nowadays, and correct me if I'm wrong, Tals, because you're a little bit younger than us, but I feel like nowadays it's like people just want to rap because it's like, it's cool. Like, I'll get some followers on IG out of this shit.
Pretty much it. It's like everyone and their mom is a fucking rapper now. Like, you go to the fucking store and you see like a fucking 12-year-old, he's like trying to spit bars, trying to sound like, I don't know, who's someone mainstream right now. Like, that's trash. Like, Island Boys, let's go with that. Whatever. Island Boy type shit.
I don't think anyone's trying to sound like the Island Boys.
I mean, like, you'd be surprised. People are trying to jump on that so they can like get exposure and be famous, but they're not doing it because they have like love for the art form. They just do it to be on.
Look at the Island Boys now. These guys are making out with each other just so they can go viral again.
Well, so they gotta keep them numbers up.
Unfortunately, that's what it's came to. Like, there's no more artistry. It's just people trying to put themselves on and get a bag. Like, it's not for the love of music anymore.
It's hollow.
Black.
It's hollow.
It is. It's dead.
I think it goes back to what you said, when anything becomes too saturated, you know what I'm saying? It's just watered down. Things get watered down. That's in any game, from drug game to rap game. You know what I'm saying? The quality gets whacked. You know what I mean? So when all of these rappers are like, hey, we can do that now, you know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, we can make it happen. It just became like, okay, it's whatever. Now, if you think you're a rapper, you tell someone, hey, I'm a creator, I'm a creative. They're just like, when
so
undoubtedly, exactly. Like, I do it too, and it's like, well, I don't think your craft is as strong as mine. Like,
it makes me sick. It makes me sick. Like, it doesn't matter where I'm at. I could be at work. I start a new job and they'll be like, oh, you rap? I'll be like, I mean, I used to kind of get busy. I was kind of a big deal at one point, you know what I'm saying? They'll be like, oh yeah, well, this person in this department, they be rapping too. I'm like, no, they don't. No, they don't.
They're rapping.
Like, I might be wrong, but more than likely I'm not wrong. They suck. So I don't want to listen to the music, and I'm sorry. And we was talking about this on the car ride up to here, and you guys could chime in on this too, is that I was kind of explaining to him a little bit of how the Montreal scene works. He kind of knows because he's been here before, but like Montreal, and this is my opinion, it's very cyclical, right? And right now we're in part of the cycle that I call the circle jerk, which is everybody goes to each other's shows, and no matter how trash the artist is that just got off stage, everybody is, oh my God, yo, you killed it. That was so sick. Yo, that new song that you released is so fire. And I'm at the show like this, like,
Yo, I stopped going to shows in Montreal. I stopped going to see the same fucking 10 people perform, and it's always the same people in the audience.
But bro, I'm at the show with this face on, like, did y'all just listen to the same thing I just listened to? Because if you did, how are you telling him that was good? No, like, stop lying to your people, man.
The worst part is they don't even appreciate a good artist. they don't appreciate a good artist. They're gonna hype up someone that's whack just
right.
because of their ego, you know? Like I want the shit person to look better than the person that actually has the talent, and I won't glorify
real.
that.
That's everywhere
Fucking
though
sad.
too. Though.
Yeah, it's not just a Montreal thing.
Yeah, I think when it comes again back to
I
your
wasn't
point with the
being Montreal
saturation.
specific for
Yeah,
that,
nah,
but-
like when it like you're not wrong. Is when everything is saturated, everyone is good, right? To them, because they're all now everyone's an artist. They don't really take the time to perfect the craft,
Right.
and it's not really needed anymore because of automation and these different plugins and things of that nature. You know, it's not bad. It's just a different realm of music.
Yeah.
Where back in the day, now as you were saying that stuff, like she like I don't go to no shows. I'm thinking about like Tek, you know. Thinking about the One Kill shots, and I don't know everybody's name, you know, Millie Mills and that whole group and everybody there.
Legends.
These are people. I'm like, yo, I'm in Florida, right? And I'm like, oh, that shit is tough. Like
Montreal had a scene back then.
the
for
scene
real.
was crazy, and I only know them because that's from was Shatter Geese. So I'm like, I'm big enough. I'm like, yo, them people is dope, and they doing battles and all this shit. I'm like, oh. That's what's going on in Montreal.
Yeah,
Like,
because Montreal really has a cycle. But the difference is, right, back in that era, which is not that long ago, we're talking 10, 15 years, but back in that era, you actually had to be nice.
it had to be nice.
Well, when
you
I
had to-
started what, like 7-8 years ago? I was like 17. Like the scene was so different.
It's different.
The scene was nice, and then like as time's gone like on and on, I start noticing this guy's a rapper now. This guy's a rapper now. This girl thinks she could sing. This girl thinks she.
Everybody got Pro Tools.
It's just like
Everybody got Pro Tools,
Everybody
bro.
got Pro
yeah,
Tools.
they don't even know how to use their tools like a pro. It's fucking sad.
Well, she got bars
she
on
got
today's show.
bars.
She got
All
bars
right,
on
listen,
today's show
listen,
that
she
even
flipped it. All right.
And
Metaphors and similes.
yeah, and you know, it's just, oh man, a lot of the reason I think I kind of leave music alone, not completely, but you know, for the most part, is just because I don't really want to participate in the circus anymore. And we've talked about this a couple times on the podcast now, because Steve's always like, listen, bro, we do a podcast, you got to come out to shows. Like, you got to come show support. People are not going to support us if we don't support them. And I'm like, Steve, you're right. You're not
true.
wrong. All right, I agree with you, but at the same time, I just don't possess. And listen, anybody from my baby mother to my current girl to you to anybody who knows me really well knows that I do not possess the ability to sit here and act like I fuck with you if I don't fuck with you. So what's gonna inevitably happen at me coming to these shows is I'm gonna be standing there like this.
Hey, you did
it's gonna
pretty
be
good the last
worse.
show. You did pretty good the last show. You're vibing.
Was I?
Yeah, you were vibing.
I must have been trying real hard.
You had a couple of drinks in you.
Yeah, a
That-
couple
that
drinks and
helps.
loose.
That helps.
It helps. I
Yeah.
need them. So if you want me to come to these shows, I got like a
I don't even know what show you're talking about. He's always miserable.
Which one was it? The one that
He's like
not
an
wrong.
old,
Sammy Still
old
show.
grumpy man or
It
something.
was Sammy
That
Still
show.
show.
I
yeah.
was not there then.
Yeah.
No, you wasn't there. You was flexing on us, even though you live 5 minutes away from the venue. But hey, man, it's all good.
Sorry, I don't feel like seeing the same artist perform again.
You think I feel like it? But hey, man, we gotta show support. We got a podcast now.
you gotta show support. You gotta
I mean, you
show
Yeah,
gotta
support.
show
show support.
support.
We
I
get
mean,
them
it's-
on.
yeah, man. It's,
Look, like,
I agree with that.
I
It's part
agree.
of
I
networking.
agree with what you said about everything saturated right now. You know what I mean? There's just too many artists. Like to keep it a buck. I don't listen to any music. Bro. I don't even know who the fuck's dropping music right now. If I can maybe name 5 songs of hip hop right now, I love hip hop, bro. But right now the music that's coming out is not for me. I can vibe out to some stuff. Chances are I won't remember the title. I won't remember who did it unless like I really, really
Unless it moves you.
and I want to Shazam it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that's the problem with it right now. But back in the day, I could bring out a list of people that I was listening to. Now it's like I'm on different type of music, bro.
You're not just talking locally though. You're
Local,
talking
I'm talking
about
about worldwide, bro.
Worldwide,
Like,
just in general.
Right
Same
now
way.
I'm like on different shit. You know what I mean? Good lyrics and everything. It's like so many different types of vibes. But it's the reason why it's not hip hop at the moment is because it's just not what I'm used to.
I was just gonna say that your palette for music changes
Yeah.
once you
I don't wanna-
elevate and grow and
I don't want to
become
hear
different
Sexy Reds
experiences.
going ski, you know,
That
shit
shit-
like that, bro. That shit drives me crazy.
That should be making me so mad, bro.
Hey, man.
And it's like, this is the shit that you're glorifying, bro. Like, I just watched, there was this documentary that came out on Netflix recently about the women's contributions to hip hop. I watched most of it last night.
Yeah, they're
and
shaking their asses.
Nah, we're talking about,
some
yes,
dope artists
that
that
is
are good,
definitely part of it, for sure. But there's also the MC Lights. and
Shantae.
the
Rhapsodies.
And I forgot about
Lauryn Hill.
Rhapsody, bro.
Lauryn Hill.
Like, I forgot about Rhapsody. And I was
Rhapsody's
like,
nice, son.
yo, like,
Yeah.
and then so challenge, okay? We're going to throw out a challenge. Go on your Spotify or whatever digital streaming service that you use, type in Rhapsody. Listen to any song of hers. Any song whatsoever, you choose. Do that. Follow that up by typing in Sexy Red. Listen to that, trash. And Tell me, please. You can leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know if I don't have a reason to be upset that this garbage is being pushed on people. It's like, yo, and we don't have to get into the deeper conspiracy of what the agenda is, because I know you know what type of time I'm on when it comes to the intellectual
I was
shit.
there. I'm with. I was there. That where we going today? Is it if we dive in it? I'm like,
bro, it's just like we're making retarded people famous. And I know I'm not supposed to say that word.
That's
and
not politically correct,
I obviously
sir.
don't mean people with, mental disorder. I'm talking about we're making retarded people famous, bro. And it makes
double
me
down
very
on
angry.
it.
It makes me. I'm very passionate about this shit.
Go
Nah,
off.
so the thing is,
Go off,
like
Tek.
with that, like, so someone to say that we're too old, or maybe
Right,
we
we're
become
old
the
heads.
other
We're
people. Yeah,
old
we're
heads.
old heads now. But like someone like for instance, LB, right? He'll listen to everything that's out and take from it what he actually enjoys from it.
Yeah,
or
Yash
he'll
does
say
the
different
same
things. They like it, they can listen to it and be like not biased, or they're not
I'm definitely
objective.
biased. You're right.
I'm biased certain things, right? Like let's run through this here. What's top fives? Can we do that real quick?
Don't cut him off on this one, Steve.
I don't even know.
You want me
You
to go
first, yeah, we gonna go around, because
All right,
that's
bet.
why I'm gonna see like how
and
it's
this
gauged.
is in no particular order, all right? Hove, Pun. This one might surprise people. Busy Bone, but that's just a personal thing for me.
That is.
I gotta throw M and Nas in there, kind of for the same spot, I would think. And then my fifth one, I would have to go probably Method Man, bro, or Method Man and Busta Rhymes for number 5.
That's
I
like
can't just do
7.
I can't- I know, but come on,
But
son.
I get it though. I understand. But that's so that reason why I said that, because look at the artists who are on your top 5. You know what I'm saying? Given what the music is now, we ain't gonna be feeling
Nah,
it like
it's
that.
like-
You know what I'm saying? It's
exactly.
different. So what's let me hear yours.
Based off my playlist, it would be Lauryn Hill, J. Cole, probably some Snoop, Aaliyah, and Akon.
Okay.
You said Akon. Akon make music.
Yo, don't even start.
Hey, listen,
That's
hey,
my boy, bro.
not even gonna hold you. Akon was on a bunch of songs when he dropped. Like he
Can
was
I
hitting.
add in
he
a
was- nah, he was-
sixth,
he
like a
was.
sixth, but like
Good
producer?
honorable mention.
Timbaland.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if we're talking producers, yeah, Timbo's on there for sure.
Yeah, but he said
Definitely.
some things and some.
No,
songs.
Timbo's incredible. Come
I
on.
ain't got no money.
Come on, let's go, Steve.
If we're gonna talk about the guys that I actually listen to, you know what I
Yes,
mean? That was
yes,
heavy.
yes.
No particular order. Biggie was one. Tupac was one. Immortal Technique is one of my, like, I listen to it.
You
for
look
that
like Immortal Technique. It makes sense.
conspiracy.
That's your cousin.
Immortal Technique. Sean Price.
Sean
Like,
P.
I used to listen to a lot of Sean P.
John P.
We got one more. Throw Jadakiss in there.
Word.
Jadakiss, bro. Yeah.
What about you, NickE B?
I'm gonna go just off of like how she was saying, and like you're saying, like the people who I listen to the most. I don't think it'd be surprising, but it's not like the stereotypical, oh, you a hip hop head.
Yeah, mine
You
was
know what
kind of
I'm saying?
stereotypical, but it's okay.
I ain't want to
Busy
say
Bone
that.
threw
You
it
know
off.
what I
No,
mean?
Busy Bone threw him off, though.
That a little bit. So of course I'm going Jay-Z. No particular order, since
on,
everybody
Hov, B.
said it like that. Hove all day. I just went to see the Book of Hove that exhibit in the Brooklyn Library.
I'm so jealous.
Hey man, we'll talk about that later on.
Yeah.
How,
Hell yeah.
brought me to tears almost. I was like, but you know what I'm saying. Anyways, Hove, going Kanye. This is who I'm listening to the most.
I kind of forgot Ye.
Ye is he's his first 3
Yeah.
albums
Incredible.
are in my playlist.
Incredible.
It's just what it is. I have it on my playlist.
Timeless music.
That's 2.
That's
I got
three.
Kendrick. No, I got 2. That's Hove and Kanye, and then I have Kendrick. Look at this brother here.
Jay-Z.
Man.
Yeah. You mad at Kendrick, bro? I'm
don't
only
get
on
it.
3.
I don't understand it.
Listen, I'll tell you why.
He's
for
talented.
me,
He's an incredible lyricist.
You're just a hater.
I don't get it, though.
I'm gonna tell you why for me.
All right, go ahead.
I don't know why you don't get it, but I'm gonna tell you why for me. Listening to Kendrick, so like for me, the type of artist I am is the type of music that I would make. Kendrick makes the type of music that I make if I continue down the line of doing what I was doing. That was actually part of our business proposal, things that I wanted to do as an artist, alongside of like doing harmonies, which Drake ended up doing down the line, probably way better than me with the engineer that he had. But those things were on the list of things that I want to do as an artist. But he talks about the things that are impactful in the hood, but it's not damaging, glorifying in the manner that it's like it's an introspective part, and it's more creative. and artistic. You know what I'm saying? And he brings in different elements. You know what I'm saying? Like either just rapping, or he bringing like, again, the little harmonies, like the M aspect of it. People would say
got some of that Bone Thug.
he got the little bone. So I don't know why you don't like him, but he just speaks to me and my life.
You know what it is? I don't even think it's about Kendrick. I just think that he's been shoved down our throats to the point where it's like you're supposed to like him. You know what I mean? Like if you're a hip hop head and you don't say you like Kendrick Lamar, everybody's like, oh, you ain't no real hip hop head.
Really?
And yeah, that shit just annoys me, bro.
Heard that,
You're just a hater.
It just no, I'm not hating. I said the guy, he's an incredible lyricist. I just, to be honest, I don't know. Like what classic albums does he have? Where's his Get Rich or Die Trying be?
All of his albums are classic albums.
All of his albums are classics?
Are you crazy? Good. Starting from Section 80.
Classics.
Or what's his thing? His other thing is Overly Dedicated, OD. They had the Kendrick Lamar thing. All of his things, if you sit down again, if that's something that speaks to your life. Right? If someone and you, let's just say you're a creative in the hood, and you're not a gangbanger, you know what I'm saying? You're trying not to be a gangbanger. Even there are gangbangers who are creative that just happen to be in that life, and that's the way the directing.
So it's because I'm white. That's what you're saying.
It's definitely because you're Caucasian. Nah, I'm you throw the chip in. I bet it's because I'm white. Let me throw the. Nah, it's not because you're white. I'm just saying in general. I know you can understand his music. I'm not saying that. It's like being in that environment, being a creative, being among gangsters, not wanting to be down that line, and he speaks about being, like he just brought up, that good kid in Mad City, and you end up doing things that are just, sometimes it becomes like random, and you're not even, you might be walking down doing this thing and you get pulled into some nonsense. You ain't mean to get caught up in some nonsense because of your cousins, because of your brothers, because of your sister, whoever the case may be, your uncle. You know what I mean? Like, he speaks to that type of demographic, but it hits everyone because there's always a good kid in the Mad City, whether it's literal or just figurative. You know what I'm saying? So that's why for him in general. But all his albums is fire.
Maybe I gotta revisit the Kendrick thing, but to me it's like
you should.
But listen, because to me when you say classic albums, right? We're talking about The Chronic, we're talking about Reasonable Doubt, we're talking about Get Rich or Die Trying, we're talking about the Slim Shady LP. Like these are classic hip hop. We're talking about Ice Cube. We're talking like these are classics, bro. And to me, I don't know if I put To Pimp a Butterfly up there with those.
I had to go back and re-listen. My fault. You about to say something?
No, I was gonna say that you gotta what's it called? You gotta. I think it needs more time before it's considered a classic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, time does. Yeah,
it's all opinion too, though, right? Like it doesn't necessarily have to
be.
Bro.
It holds weight. That type of album. You know what I mean? It's just that, like you said, maybe it didn't resonate with you
at that time.
But maybe 10 years from now, bro,
I've given myself a project. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna revisit.
You're gonna go back, revisit it, and you're gonna be like, you know what? Now it actually speaks to me.
I think because, like, for you and us, just in general, like during that time, it was like a gap of who's the next, and like you said, people were like, oh, hey, Kendrick, but it was also Cole. You know, it was also Wale.
He's the other one to where, and I love Cole, but like he's the other one where it's like, okay, you know, we're gonna give Kendrick and J. Cole the hip hop award every single year at every single hip hop show because they're the safe ones to give it to. And if you say you like quote unquote hip hop, then you have to put these two guys in your list, and that just turns me off.
Bro, didn't Macklemore upset the Kendrick and win the?
He did, and people were mad about that. And you want to know what's crazy? And listen, I'm not here like the white guy defending Macklemore, but at least I don't want it to come across that way. Yeah. But like, that Macklemore album was fucking fire.
I liked it. It was very good.
Like, the ceiling can't hold us to this day. That's my the ceiling can't hold us. I'll be in the car belting that shit. Like that shit. That's a record right there.
But if you think about Macklemore too. Like after that, he came out. He followed up with "I Thought I Was Gay When I Was a Kid" or something. He did a song saying I thought I was gay.
You're right.
Like, bro, come on. At this point,
you're right.
That's the agenda, though.
At this point, you're just fucking. You're just what's it called? Trying to get all these fans from every demographic.
Yeah. But Logic did the same thing with the suicide shit. You have to understand that because Macklemore and a guy like Logic, right? They're not in the space where they can make quote unquote street music. They have no other choice but to like pander.
I mean, I beg to differ though with Logic. Like he from the hood. Like he can make street music.
Yeah, but look at him.
Yeah, but Logic always says I was half black, right? My dad's black. My dad's black. He keeps saying that. That's
he kind of OD'd on the.
He always throws that.
But listen, he built so. We'll go back to. Then I don't think I finished my top 5.
No, you did.
I like. We all got. No, Hov and Jay is the same.
Hov, Jay,
Jay-Z is the same. Jay-Z. She thought I had 4.
Did you just blaspheme this podcast and not know that Hov and Jay-Z are the same person?
He didn't say 4.
And they said 3.
3.
They said 3.
Yeah, Jay-Z,
All right, because we was about to
Kendrick, Kanye.
Kanye.
I got Lil Wayne, my dog
very
Weezy Wee.
influential, yeah.
Who else is on this shit? Damn.
I know the last one's hard, right?
It is hard because I'm
pressure.
like, it's crazy pressure, man.
Like I just was like, oh, Busta Rhymes. I don't know.
Nah, because it's so like you said, that spot is like an M or a Nas or like a Jada or something like that. I'm trying to go with the people who I listen to
Right, which is the
the
mistake. I made.
most. And I don't know if I have a 5. I have to have, because I actually, like, I'm the one that started it, right? Yo, what's your top 5? Damn, man. If I'm going lyrical ability, I'm gonna have to go Jada. Only because, like, when I started my career, as if I'm something crazy, it was Jada during then. I lost track of it, came back, someone slapped some sense into my head, like, yo, are you stupid? Jada been on everything. Nice. He been here forever. He's like the hood legend of everything. And I got to give Jada his respect, because more so I listen to him more than either the Nas or the M. Although I love Illmatic and Stillmatic.
Yeah, Nas. I forgot Nas too, bro. There's too many people. I keep forgetting. I was gonna say L too, Big L. You know what I mean? But he doesn't have enough.
I don't feel.
body
Yeah,
of
Big
work,
L.
bro.
You can't really put him in the top 5 because he didn't.
His
have
body of
enough
work
music.
wasn't there, bro.
He didn't have enough
But
music.
he was great.
Incredible,
Nas,
absolutely.
Nas amazing
Nas
too.
is
you know?
amazing, yeah. So these are all creative individuals that we talking about, like, that have creative artistry that aren't saturated. Like, everybody kind of had their own thing, although they was in the same
It was
era.
raw.
That's
Talent.
the
know.
difference.
That's why I brought it back.
Here's
Yeah.
the difference, right? What can we say about all of these artists? They're unique. None of these artists sound like the other one. No artist that we just named sounds like any other artist we just named. That's the difference. Today, everybody sounds the same.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. It's in every city, but in Montreal, I'm speaking directly to y'all right now, man. You guys all sound the same. It doesn't matter what artist you put on from the city, I can't tell the difference. It's the same beat, you're saying the same shit he just said, in the same flow and the same cadence. I mean, bro, like, just be you at some point, no?
Yeah, people gotta create new shit.
Like, we get it. You're a gangster and you're a drug dealer and you're really tough. Oh, all right.
gangster.
Don't forget they use drugs.
We get it. But,
Don't forget they're the drug users as well.
What
now.
I'm saying is, we get it. You said that already.
Tek, you forgot.
What else do you have to bring to the table?
You forgot. They're gangsters that grew up in the West Island in a nice big house with their family. Like,
They live in a
epic
life, yeah.
gangsters.
I don't get it. I don't like. We get it, bro. Like, next.
Speaking of that, like getting caught up in the streets and everything, you said you started getting into music at 12 years old, no?
Yeah.
Do you think if you didn't get into music at 12, you would have been running the streets in Yonkers, or like, how do you think it would have been, bro?
Nah, not necessarily. So, yes and no. What saved me from not running around in the streets was my mother. And I'll say this on any interview or podcast, anything that I get into, down the line. She moved me from the Bronx, right? So now I'm in Wisconsin, and I'll go back summers to New York and things like that. And, I'll still get into some shit that 12-year-olds and above should not be getting into. But what saved me from not being in the streets, it wouldn't have been the music. It was because my mom moved me from that environment and showed me different things, right? Like I said, I was playing the fucking violin. You know what I'm saying? I never thought I'm going to be playing the violin. You know what I mean? You don't think about that stuff. So that type of life was impactful to me due to the fact that it enhanced my creativity. My mother, even coming to Montreal that time, I was in trouble. I got caught doing some young stupid shit with some girl or something, and my mom got mad.
I bet it was.
My mom was like, yo, you gonna punish me, right? And I was like, for the last end of the year, but she still allowed me to go to Montreal. I was like, what? I think I saw 12, 13, 14. And that, in the essence, sparked me meeting, Tek and everybody else.
In 7th grade, yeah, we was 12, 13.
Yeah, I remember it vividly. And if she didn't allow me, my mom allowed me to do certain shit that other parents would just be like, no, let me hold you, do this. She kind of let me just expand my mind. So like at a young age, that's when I was like, okay, I can do something. I can, even if it's not with the music, I can create like anything in abundance. Like that was my thought process. I was already like at 12, I was like, all right, I'm gonna be rich. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's my mindset. I'm gonna make something happen. I can make something shake because my mom made me feel that way, right? And everybody's like, oh, their kid can be a this and do that.
I can be an astronaut. No,
Right. But like she allowed me to explore that, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if it's genetics or history. I actually was wise enough to be on that type of line. So even when I went back, so if I stayed in that environment from 12 into then, something would have happened, right? Everybody, I was just, shout out to Chris on the plane last night. This lady I was on the plane with, we was just actually chopping it up about this. And I was like, yo, everybody from my block and my neighborhood in New York, like that I was around, got arrested. Literally. Everybody. You know what I mean? No joke. No like, oh yeah, I'm saying this shit for view. Everybody was arrested. You know what I mean? People who was around us. So I would have been arrested. You know what I'm saying? Just on some conspiracy, whatever the case is, RICO, just association.
Yeah.
That's just what happens, and that's what happens in those environments. So that's a whole nother story. We can even go deep about that stuff. But like, yeah, that's what happens. But the music saved my life because that was my game plan after my mom saved my life. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like, oh, that was going to take me away from something, because I'd have been rapping. I'll go back to New York and be rapping. I could have got shot. You know what I mean? Like, I was not there, for the majority of my time throughout the year. You know what I mean? Go back, summertime, we do our thing, come back to Wisconsin. You know what I'm saying? I'm in Wisconsin, kicking it and shit like that. And then we moved to Palm Beach. And yeah, so after that, me and LB, kind of like, yo, he said the same thing, which I'm not trying to toot my horn, but he was like, yo, you one of the best rappers I ever met, man. We got to do something with it, and we young. And after that, we just kept chilling. I got to like 18-ish. We went to Orlando, and that's when we started developing more so, like I said, the business plan. So we like developed the NickE B plan. Motherfuckers was hustling during the time, so we like had surplus of money to do whatever. We bought the iMac. Well, shout out to Gabe. I ain't even gonna say we. Gabe brought the iMac. He brought the fucking mic. Shout out to Gabe, yo. Got to show my dog some love. He moved us into the crib and everything. Like, so it's kind of like the trap, like the pink house. That's what we called it. But like, he set it up that way. Same mic that I recorded season 1, my first mixtape on this mic. You know what I'm saying? On the condenser shit. So, yeah, man, developed that plan. Me and LB. LB went to Full Sail in Orlando. I don't know if y'all know about Full Sail.
I almost went.
You should have went, bro.
I'm a fucking idiot.
Dog, that shit. If you was down there with us at that time,
like I was signed up, I was ready to go, and I just last minute. Again? Full Sail University, right?
Yeah.
It's this crazy university it's in Orlando.
It's
right?
in Orlando.
No. I meant say that you're an idiot again.
you just love it, don't you? Don't
oh,
you?
That was funny.
But you know what? And that's kind of been a trend. Shut up, Tals. That's kind of been a trend in my life, bro. And man, I don't even want to get into all of that, but yeah, like there's been a lot of instances in my life for whatever reason where I just kind of self-sabotaged myself. Yeah. Looking back on it, to where it's like if I would have just jumped off that ledge, I don't know if it was because I was unsure of myself or insecure or just wasn't ready for that level of commitment in my life or that amount of change. But like, yeah, there's a lot of things I look back on now where it's like if I would have just jumped off that ledge, I'd have definitely made something shake, bro.
Of course, but you need a surrounding cast, right? So like that's why it's like when I talk about LB, I talk about him like strongly because that was my brother who was like, yo, we gonna do this, and I wouldn't have did it without him. You know what I'm saying? Because even prior to that, like he was the main one. Like, we gonna do this. Hey, let's go to Orlando. We going to Orlando. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't even thinking about going to college. Like I had got into most of the colleges, but my mom didn't think I was going to college. Not that she didn't think I was going to college because of my grades, but she was just like,
you ain't on that type of
You're not going to college. You're not going to college right now. Like, you probably going to do something else. You know what I'm saying? But I end up in college with this man, LB. He go to fucking Full Sail, and that shit costs. You know what I'm saying? That's like $40,000. That's how much he, like, invested in the thought of bringing NickE B, the brand, to the forefront. And not for nothing, while he was there, we was getting it popping. You know what I mean? We had developed the street team. You know what I mean? Got the graphic designers. We got a videographer. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Gabe had got the little studio in the crib. We was doing the Pro Tools. We were learning how to do it like before it got popular. You know what I mean? Like the goal was to fill that void that, like you were saying before, like the Kendrick and the J. Cole's and the Wale void. It's not the void, but those were the new ones on the scene at that time. And I was like, all right, you know what? That's my competition. I'm gonna kill them. You know what I mean? So that's how season 1 came about. And I met another artist when we were driving through Virginia, just random. It wasn't randomly. We was doing things we shouldn't be doing.
Things.
Yeah, but we're in Virginia. Allegedly. Yeah, allegedly. So we were driving through Virginia, and we met up with one of Gabe's homeboys, and his homeboy brought his name at the time was Kane Prime, but he's an artist now. He's a NickE Khan, really dope artist, Bengali, from Queens, and he had a mixtape. Like, what the fuck? First person I ever met with like a mixtape that was like a fucking hosted by a DJ, like a reputable DJ and shit. And I'm like, motherfucker ain't better than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cocky, right? Because I'm like, yo, I'm nice. Like, I'm saying like what he said. Like, yo, I had to step my game up. I didn't hear his music yet. Mind you, he like, yo, come to the crib. You know, I got hookah. Fuck, I never smoked hookah at the time. Like, this is like 2010, 2009. He like, yeah, we got hookah, come through, we eat, we chill. Y'all can listen to my mixtape. He went to Full Sail. His name was NickE B now, like I said. He played his fucking mixtape, Blue Chess Pieces, right? I'm like, yo, what the fuck am I listening to? Mind you, he's my age. He's like 1 year younger than me. So I'm like, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I doing? This guy's nice as fuck, first of all, musically, artistically. His crew was nice too. So that was like why I was like, yo, probably hit you around that time. Like, yo, we got to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, my team needs to be ill. Not we featuring yes men or artists who are just around because we think they can do it or they want to be saturated. They think they're artists. Like, nah, if you was going to be rapping with me at that time, you was going to listen. No person that was going to be on my albums or mixtapes was going to be whack because of NickE B. Because his whole crew singing crazy, playing instruments. He was nice rapping, metaphorically, similes and shit. And I'm looking at this guy, I'm like, I stepped my game up. Like, and that's when, like I said, my season 1 mixtape came and I just started writing from Virginia to New York, went back down to Orlando, finished it out, kind of just came up with the idea and everything, like for the mixtape, put it together. Shot 2 videos for it, No Apologies and Mind Over Matter. Yeah,
put the toast to your face. That's my best man.
That line is.
Stop it.
Hey, listen, I just heard that line the other day. I was like, yo, that line was kind of tough. Bro, I don't think nobody else came out with that line
like
before.
A 4-bar play on words about weddings and finished it with L. Put the toast to your face. That's my best man.
Yeah.
Like,
that was on a feature with me and him.
Nick
and that wasn't even
crazy.
That was after season 1. I remember that. I came over here, we went to somebody's crib and like we were recording something.
Beats.
Yeah, and then you played it. He was like, all right, so I was like, what? Yeah, I'm gonna tell you now, I'll give you the ring like a wedding vow. That's how, yeah, you're right. And then I'll give it something.
It's nasty, bro.
Yeah, but because I can't do nothing less than that if I'm on a track with Tek, right? Because they're gonna be like, yo, Tek got you on that track, right? Because we got a group chat now, we be talking shit like that, just on some random shit like, yo, hey, Tek got you on that shit. I'm like, yo, you sure? Like, nah, like, go listen to that again, you know? But that's like where you bring it back to that competition aspect and the creative stuff. Brother. Still sharp and still. And yeah, man, that's probably like I was saying about the season 1, we built everything up, dropped the mixtape, it was getting some traction. People in city was hearing about it just from where we're at, from Palm Beach. I think I ain't gonna say I was the only person with like a video at the time, but like at that time, I had the crispest looking video. I think it might not look as crisp now because you know what I'm saying, technology done got a little bit better. But I don't remember, and I mean, someone can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments if y'all hear this in Palm Beach. But outside of like the rappers that were from the hood, that they were doing certain stuff, because I probably didn't see any videos that they were releasing. I don't think anyone was really dropping like videos like me at the time, except for Eric Biddens. Shout out to Eric Biddens. He had this walking video. That shit was tough.
I actually met him at the Underground Music Awards. No, you know what? I didn't meet him, but yeah, I'm capping a little bit. But I was at the Underground Music Awards in New York with Stilo, with Blockman. Remember the Mexican cats I was fucking with?
Yeah.
We went down to the Underground Hip Hop Awards. They was nominated for a bunch of shit. We went in there like 40 fucking deep, bro. And then I see this motherfucker get on stage. He won an award, Eric Biddens, and I'm like,
Biddens.
Isn't that motherfucking Nicky's boy? Like, how the fuck is he here and I'm here? I wanted to go say what's up, but it just kind of got away from me. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was crazy.
He did big things.
Yeah,
too.
He was doing his thing back then.
Nah, he did big things, and I ended up with him and One Chance Entertainment Group. They were basically like a record company from Palm Beach at the time. They were doing magazines and stuff. Shout out to Tony, that's my dog. He the one that kind of like brought me on with them. Like he heard me. He was like, yo, I know you're not in Palm Beach right now. He heard me when I was in Orlando. He was like, when you get back, let's do some shit. And that's how I got up with him and T Green, Eric Biddens. And Eric Biddens went on to sign, you know, a couple contracts in the game and industry, I think production wise. And he was doing his thing. So everybody at that time who I was around like got a blue check. You know what I mean? So it's like it was inevitable for me to get a blue check. But, you know, I ended up getting into some health issues, and I wasn't able to continue to pursue the music at the time. So I had to like pivot my life. At that time, the whole business shit just came down crashing. Like, so I feel bad.
Like a very important part of your life. You want to elaborate on it a bit?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can. It happened all during me dropping that first mixtape. You know what I'm saying? Like top of the year, I dropped that shit January 1st. I stayed up all night to like get everything on the website and get it done. Fast forward to like the summertime, because that's when the two videos are out. I'm getting some traction, getting some bubbling. Things are going. Get back to Orlando. It was like Memorial Day weekend. I'm in Orlando. I'm in Orlando Memorial Day weekend. Drive down to Palm Beach. We go out, we kick it, regular night, we drinking, end up in the strip club, like we just vibing. I wasn't listen. Actually, that night I wasn't doing nothing crazy. I swear to God.
Yo, this man's game is legendary, man. Legendary, man.
I mean, listen, man. I've been in these streets for a long time.
like I said,
you know, since I've been in Montreal, man. Since I've been a kid, man. But I mean, that's the type of shit you do when you just.
Nah, y'all got it. It's different. Y'all are different. Y'all whole clique is different. I've never seen dudes just attract women the way y'all. It's like a fucking science, bro. To me, I'm like, yo, what do I say to this girl? Like, what the fuck do I do? These motherfuckers just walk up like it's just, you know, they're like, listen, stupid. It's a numbers game. That's all it is. It's statistics.
I mean,
bro.
it is.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's the confidence though. That type of stuff is confidence building. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that's why a lot of people from inner cities or New York or whatever the case. I don't even know New York. I don't be in like all other places. Like at a young age, you doing shit like that. You running up on shit, or you testing the waters with something. Like you might steal a fucking chips out of the store, and you running steal a fucking CD at the time, like probably CDs on the street, whatever the case is, and you getting chased. But that type of like what's that shit when your adrenaline and things like that, like you just get used to that shit, and you see girl, she look good, you like, yo, wagwan, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? And it ends up being a numbers game. But I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't come here to talk
NickE B got kids all
shit.
over the world.
Listen, I don't got no kids, mom. Don't listen to this brother, man. I ain't got no kids. I take care of my kids. But yeah. So at that time, it was Memorial weekend, and before I left, I was recording something, and my arm started feeling weird. Like I was in the studio, and I had like BlackBerry or something at the time, and I was like trying to record this shit off the BlackBerry, and my arm started feeling weird, getting weird sensations. But I shook it off. I told LB, he was with me at the time. I was like, yo, I gotta go. Like, let's leave the studio. So we canceled the shit, and we rock out. And that next day, we went to Palm Beach. We driving back up from Palm Beach. I get back to the crib. I lean back because I'm about to start writing. Like for my next mixtape was supposed to be season 2, and next thing you know, the world just starts spinning. I'm like hallucinating, couldn't breathe. You know, as what I know right now, it's kind of like a heightened panic attack, anxiety type of situation. But for me, it didn't leave. You know, like I was stuck in that state for a long years. I'm still in it in a sense, like right now. Not as strenuous and intense as it was during that time, because like I said, like I'm moving my hand, I'm like in my twilight zone, like my hand's still over here when I'm moving, like I can't even go through all the symptoms, like, you know what I'm saying? There's a full list of symptoms neurologically that I'm been dealing with during that time. So that was what the monkey wrench was, musically, because then I started getting more confused. I couldn't think right. I couldn't even remember my lyrics that I've been writing for years, and yeah, it took out basically that journey for me. It's kind of like, you know, you in the league and you blow your knee out. Yeah. You know, you about to go for, you know what I mean? You Derrick Rose. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I would have been Derrick Rose, but I know that our business plan was solid and what we had for, you know, everybody involved.
You definitely, and not just because you're my brother, bro, but you definitely. Like, honestly, you're probably, like I said, you're one of 2 people that I ever met in my life that I was like, this guy is a star. He's a star.
Thank you, brother.
Like, you know what I mean? And that's why this shit breaks my heart, bro. And that's why every couple months I hit you with a voice note. And you know this shit is true.
Yeah.
Every couple months I'll just randomly pop up on you on Instagram and hit you with like a 3-minute long voice notes. Like, I know you better be getting back in that fucking studio, Nick. Like,
yeah.
You know? But, man.
Nah, it was a hit, man. You know, it changed my life. You know, whether good or bad, and people say things happen for a reason. I don't know if I really subscribe to it, but it definitely put my life in a different trajectory, which it's not bad financially for me or career wise now. Like I'm a fucking biomedical engineer. Like how the fuck did that happen? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'll be honest, I don't know what that means.
Exactly.
It sounds like it makes a lot of money. So shout out to you.
Listen, man, I'm broke, baby, but you know, it's decent. It just changed the whole career path. And shout out to my man Dwayne. That's how I ended up being in biomedical engineering. I was gonna do accounting, and that was after I was sick, and then I was just dealing with a lot of stuff, going to the doctors, them playing me, shit like that. And I just kind of just was like, okay, well, I gotta gather my footing, you know, because ain't no one gonna take care of you, regardless of what nobody feel. I know we do the diamond at the end of the pod, but like nobody gonna take care of you. You know what I mean? Like your mother be there, your dad will be there. They will be there. You know, if you have parents, if you don't, it's even worse. But at the end of the day, it's on you to pull yourself up. That's my diamond thing, because that's it. That's all I had. You know what I mean? Some people have faith as well. I won't say that faith is not going to, you know, pull you through. But when it's down and it's you in the room by yourself, huddled up on the floor, bawling, crying, whatever the fuck is going on with you, whether mentally or physically, I had both. You got to be like, all right, well, shit, I'm going to shake this off, and whatever I'm going through, I'm going next day. And that's kind of how I started living my life from 2011 until now. Like, I just got to make it to tomorrow. Make it to tomorrow. And then one day is turning into a year turning to 3 years, 3 years turning to 5. And when you got like a chronic issue and you kind of don't know what's going on with you at the time, because they did tell me what happened to me, right? Like they said, I do have a malformation in my brain, TR1 malformation, and it stopped my brain fluid flow, my spinal fluid flow, and that was what they said caused the issue neurologically. Said I had irreversible nerve damage and shit like that. Like I said, my arms fucked up, my neck, my legs, couldn't feel my legs. Yeah, think about all the symptoms and what I was going through at that time, man. It's crazy. And even now, like, you know, my joints, my muscles, you know, my ribs, even right now, is still pretty bad. But yeah, man, that's my gem. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta pull yourself up. Like, it ain't gonna be fuck what nobody's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't pull yourself up and someone like, you know, or find a way to hold on to something, it might be something that you heard from someone. But if you don't take what you heard and heed that message and actually implement it, you know, you're gonna be, I hate to say it's a rap, but like it'd be a rap, because people like to act like everybody makes it. We don't.
No, most people don't.
Most people do not. Statistically, people do not. You know what I'm saying? Like, people may like be living, but they not living. Like, you know, they not alive. They just going through. And
you know what? The illusion of social media makes this shit worse nowadays.
Makes it worse,
because people, you know, we look at all these celebrities or these influencers on Gram, TikTok, whatever, right? And we tend to, and it's a natural thing that human beings do, where we compare ourselves to other people, right?
Yeah.
And we look at these people and they're living these glamorous lives, and they got amazing cars and they're trips all over the world, and they're doing all this crazy shit. They got all this money, these designer clothes, this, that, jewelry, whatever, you name it, right? What you don't realize is after that camera turns off, take that jewelry, they give it back to the jeweler. They take that car back to whoever they rented it from. Bro. It's all cap, bro.
It's all cap. That's why I never lived like that, right? Like, you know, even when, you know, people was outside running around and doing certain things, I never was buying nothing crazy. I was never the hot boy. I was never like, yo, let me get this chain. Let me do that. I think it's stupid. All the drug dealers, all the hustlers, all the scammers, all the rappers, where the fuck, y'all are dumb. Straight up. You making it hot, they gonna be on you. You already got a target on your back, probably due to your skin. You know what I'm saying? Or definitely due to your skin. If you are, you know, brown, black, any different type of race, like, you already got a target on your back. I'm not telling you to hustle. I'm not telling you to do none of those stuff. But you're dumb if you're flashing it and then you get arrested and motherfuckers be like, yo, free him. It's like, bro,
he put himself there.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't. Yeah, anyways, but like, yeah, I'm just not hot. So like, that type of shit is crazy. But yeah, man. So I had to pivot. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of why the music took it didn't take a dive. It just took a change. I had to sit back and then figure out where I'm gonna go with it. And right now, I mean, we still got the studio in Palm Beach. We're creating shit down there, MVS Pros. Shout out to Sincerely Suave. That's a name that probably within the next year or two is gonna be crazy on the scene. He's magnificent, young brother that we work with down there. He's dropping some reels right now. If it's Sincerely Suave, I ain't gonna spell out sincerely, make myself look crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? But
public school education.
Yeah, that's that. You know what I'm saying? Public school. Nah, I'm quite bright now. But yeah, Sincerely Suave. Look out for that name. Yeah, I think he's and that's coming from me as even like he doesn't do like rap, but he's like an R&B pop type of artist, creative young brother, man. His pen is good. He sings. He's classically trained pianist. Like he makes his own beats. Like, and this only happened within 3 years. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know how to do none of that 3 years ago. So like, if you listen to his music, I don't know if we plug that shit at the end. Like that's
I think we're getting towards that time right now that we gotta start plugging shit.
Yeah,
plug away, Nicky.
That's it. Well, hey, I mean that's really all it is, man. As far as the music is concerned, shout out to Sincerely Suave. I mean, and well, VC too. You know what I'm saying? My dog VC the Menace. Let me not even act like I don't got no more plugs. He about to drop a album. I think it's October, November. Mike Sick Rose, producer, Palm Beach. Those are people who I rock with. There's plenty of people in Palm Beach, but that's my team.
People want to hear the NickE B shit. Where can they find it at, bro? Come on now.
I mean,
let these people listen to this shit, man.
I mean, listen, I got the oldest shit still up at NickEB.com.
And shit is still fire.
Yeah, the NickEB.com. It's the 2 mixtapes are still up there. It's
Go listen to them shits.
The Digging in the Crates and season 1. And NickE B TV, NickEB TV. Those are like the older like videos and shit like that. And somebody can attest to it, see how nice it is. Y'all could say if we lying or not. Y'all could be like, he trash. But that's where you can go and look for some of my stuff. And maybe down the line I'll get back to it. But as of right now, I'm kind of focused on building this biomedical engineering enterprise, taking care of my family. And about to do some real estate too, buying properties. So, bunch of shit.
Put me up when I come down to Florida now, boy.
Yeah, I'm in Cali now, so but I'm all over. We all over the place,
bro. Listen, man, thank you for coming on, bro. It's really been a pleasure for me specifically. Bro, I really do hope you get back to the music at some point. It doesn't have to be a full length project. We just want a verse. We just want a video. We just want something. Give us something, man.
I do random features, random.
All right, say less. We're gonna have the old head commission.
Got it.
We're gonna do something, man.
Coalition, man. We got it.
Keep your eyes peeled, guys. NickE B might come back. If you need some biomedical shit, hit him up. You know what I mean? I don't know what vaccines or something. I don't know.
Nah. Medical equipment. It's medical equipment. Yeah.
We machines and shit like that.
MRIs, defibrillators. I know it's the most random combination of shit, but
I think we might need a defibrillator here in case somebody ever has a heart attack.
Funny enough, I work at the hospital tomorrow, so.
Listen, she gonna go steal some equipment.
There you go.
We in business, baby.
Thank you, everybody, for watching another episode of the Hustle Podcast.
Yeah.
We out.
Peace.
Welcome, everybody. Y'all ready for this? The Hustle. My name is Steve Armopoulos.